You are rocking out your cleaning business, but you are stressed and you don't have a lot of time. I get the feeling, I've been there. How would you like to transition your cleaning business from making you feel like you're running all the time to reclaiming some of that time and watching your stress go down? That is the ideal world, and I get it, but there's a way you can do that. It's realistic. So what I'd like to talk with you about today is just a little bit of the start is believing in yourself. Now, these trees that you see behind me are a dream come true for me. Years ago, I was in Colorado where I had started my professional cleaning business, and I was relocating back to my home state of Mississippi. I knew that I wanted a little piece of land, 5 acres, to be in a rural setting and enjoy what I enjoyed about Mississippi. I believed in that dream, and it took a few years, but it happened from circumstances that were completely out of my control, or I thought they were, but I know now that they were tied to that belief that I had. So I tell you this story to tell you that you can believe in yourself. You are awesome, you're doing a great job, and that belief in yourself that you're doing that great job and you can have those dreams that are in your heart will get you those dreams in your heart, because it will compel you to do the action required. So I just want to encourage you, wherever your belief is at, step it up 20-fold. It will carry you there. Now, let's just think through a few questions. I want you to answer them for yourself. In your cleaning business, do you reliably show up? Yes. Okay. And do you communicate with your client about the service you're providing? You know, if you find a light bulb that's out, or if you are scrubbing some tile and a tile came off, would you let them know that that had happened? Yeah. Okay. I want you to know that if you answered yes to these questions, you are providing a premium service, and I can almost guarantee that you could already charge more. I don't know what your charging structure is or what your business needs to thrive, but if you're doing those things, you are providing above and beyond what a lot of other people are. So way to go. And again, another great reason to believe in yourself. Now, quick question. Have any of you ever had any sort of education in listening? No, me neither. But I have learned that communication is 50% listening. Now, how many of you feel like the majority of what we provide in the cleaning business is listening? It's huge. So I see that we cleaners are really good at listening. We like to know, hey, what does our client want? What are they looking for right here? What do they mean by that? Sometimes we're hunting for the answer. And so we have an exceptional talent in listening, but how often do you listen to yourself? I'd like you to really sit with that question for a minute and think, how many of your needs are you listening to? How many of your feelings are you listening to? And that's what I want us to practice. And I would love to challenge you to right now, pause this video and sit down for just 5 minutes. Give yourself 5 minutes and listen. What is it you really want? What is your vision for your life? Who is there with you? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it feel like? Where are you? Just list it out. Think about this and really listen to your heart. Go and just maybe find pictures to accompany those words and those thoughts, those places, but get something very clear. Get a mental image in your mind so that when you go back to that believing in yourself motive and you are amping that up, you can look at those mental images and the physical image you've created and say, I'm believing in this. You will watch incredible results come about because it'll, again, compel you to put in that work to get there. Now, how many times has it been just you on the job and you're the boss and you're the team member? For a lot of us, that is the way we work. We are the boss and the worker. And what I would like to remind you of is that we may be so motivated to do our business that we feel like, oh gosh, I'm as motivated as I can be and I am working and I'm doing great. Yet, how often do we give ourselves a pat on the back and say, great job? and feel that recognition. Coach Bill Belichick, he was a coach of the New England Patriots and a renowned business person. He would oftentimes, during the middle of a team meeting, stop a replay video of a play. It looked like a great play. And he would ask the team, hey, what was wrong with that? The room would be silent. And finally he would say, none of the other team members recognized their other team members' contribution. And so the problem there was that we all rely on that recognition to have that commitment to come back and do the excellent work. And yet when we're working by ourselves, so often we can forget that we even need that recognition and not give it to ourselves because we're the boss and the worker. But what I'd like you to remember is that as a leader of your team and as a team member, you need that recognition and you got to give it to yourself. So let's practice giving ourselves that recognition. The first way I'd like for us to start with that is right now, just pause this video and take 3 minutes. I'd like you to think through what are some of the obstacles that you've overcome to get here right now. Maybe you've just started your business and you've got 10 clients and you're figuring it out and you are hustling and doing great. Maybe you have a team and you are learning how to better manage them, or you're implementing a new protocol or policies. At whatever stage you're at, what obstacles have you overcome? I know for myself recently, I have overcome the obstacle of dealing with payments. I was expending a ton of energy and time on collecting money, rescheduling if an appointment was missed and we didn't need to do the money, if invoices needed to be reconfigured. I was spending so much time on this, and a business coach finally helped me to see it might be a good idea to do automatic payments. It might save you some time and reduce your stress. When I did that, I watched my stress levels go down and I watched my time come back. I'm talking about a lot of time. And I had no idea that this was even an option for a cleaning business. So think about the obstacles that you've overcome and let's celebrate them. They're so worth the time. Now, when we think about our reason for what we're going through this life for, like the things that you just wrote down a few minutes ago about what you really want in life and who is there and how does it smell, how does it taste, all of that, that brings you to your why. Why are you doing this life? I'd like to tell you a little story of just a thought experiment about a guy that goes on a first date. He's dating around and trying to find his person, right? He sits down at this one date and he just leads with, hey, I'm Tom. I'm a successful business person and I drive a BMW. All my friends are famous. I make lots of money. I can buy you whatever. Are you feeling like maybe he's a little obnoxious when you hear this? Yeah, a little bit. He led with his what. That's what he was about. Now, compare it to this. If he sits down and he says, I'm so grateful to be able to get out of bed every morning and help people make a difference and just solving their problems. I'm fortunate enough to have a good paying career that allows me to do that. And it helps me to feel fulfilled in this life. How would you feel after he shared that? Or if anyone shared something along those lines, would you feel like you were able to connect with them more and like they were opening up their heart to share themselves with you, their real selves? I would. And what Tom led with the second time was his why. That's why he gets out of bed every day. And that is why we need to share our why. Because when we do, the clients that identify with our why will gravitate towards us, and we will see that our business supports our why more authentically than otherwise. It's not just about cleaning, is it? Maybe it's about the children you have at home that you want to spend time with. Maybe it's about your retirement goals. Maybe you never want to retire. It's about so much more than just getting that toilet clean and making sure the dust is out and there are no streaks on the mirrors, right?